40 Ounce Fridays. Tell me about the beginning of it and what made you want to just keep going with it and going this hard.
Yeah, well, we just did the 5-year anniversary for it. Shouts out my guy Gabe over at the Formula, my guy Danny Zico at Room Z. We had a pretty dope event a couple of weeks ago. Really proud of the way that went. With that said, man, I was done with music at that point. I wasn't making music. I had gotten custody of my daughter, and I had kind of shut everything down to focus on that. When I did that, my boy Urban, he's from the 818. He was in a rap group called All Angles, and they had kind of stopped making music, but Urban was making beats. And so he's like, "Hey, bro, I got a bunch of beats I want to show you. I think you would sound dope on them." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm not really making music like that, but come through, like, show me what you got." Show me a bunch of beats that were really good. We started recording to him, and then I'm like, "Bro, I'm tired of making music for tens of people. You know what I'm saying? Like, something's got to change." So I was like, "Yo, I got this one video. Remember when I was all blackout drunk, rapping? Like, my most viral video on TikTok, it was an old ass video from Facebook. I just reposted it on TikTok and it went crazy. So I remember that one video. I'm like drunk. People seem to like that shit. Like, what if we flipped it into a series? We'll call it 40 Ounce Fridays, right? So then Nipsey had just passed. I remember looking in the mirror like, bro, if you died tomorrow, you're like a shitload of just like wasted talent, unfulfilled potential. And that bothered me. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you leaving? Like, what are you leaving behind for your daughter to be proud of? What are you leaving behind for your family to be proud of? Like, you ain't done shit with your life. You fucked up a bunch, caught a bunch of charges, did some prison time, got some tattoos, came home, worked a whatever ass job, and now you're fucking, what? You know what I'm saying? You are the definition of like a fucking local rapper that never did shit with himself. And it just like pissed me off. So we started 40 Ounce Fridays. The homie Icon had done some like contest. It was over a Nipsey Hussle beat. And I came in second, and I should have won that. Fuck you, Icon. I definitely should have won that shit. And I'm the type of person to be like, "Oh, bet you think I'm not? Oh, watch this." So we already talked about, we had the name, everything, but my boy was like, "Bro, like, come through to my pad and we'll do it in my room. Like, we'll set it up. It'll look dope." And he had a bunch of vinyl. He's like, "Get you in front of the records. It'll look cool." I was like, "Bet." We're talking about your setup right earlier. Bro, we started that with a fucking Android phone and a Bluetooth speaker. Like, if you go back to volume 1, I'm not even rapping at the mic. By like volume 3, we figured out I could rap into the mic and he could edit it in Pro Tools or whatever. He didn't even have Pro Tools. I think he had like Adobe editors, Adobe Sound Editor, something crazy. And that's what he was mixing the vocal track on. But, that was how we started. And then it just kind of took off. It took on a life of its own. I always say, shouts out my guy Urban. We like never put out any of the music that we recorded. 40 Ounce Fridays became its own thing. And then we were going to do a full year. And at the end of the year, I was like, we'll put the music out. But after that first year, COVID happened.